YouTube channel. My name is Berry, and today we're going to be watching the first part. I did a lot of parts out of order, but the first part of I Am Become Fancy Theater. I don't know anything about theater. This guy just posted a fart copy pasta in the Twitch chat, so make sure you come by twitch.tv/BerryCrepe, and let's check it out.
Brought to you by NordVPN.
Wow, this is beautiful.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
What'd I do?
Look at you.
Me?
Uncultured. Unsophisticated.
What?
Middle class.
No!
No, don't speak. You'll just make me throw up. I'd say cover up with this dinner jacket, but I'm afraid that you'd get your head stuck in the sleeve and asphyxiate. Listen, lowball.
Stupid.
Don't you want to be
Lowball?
fine?
Yes.
Don't you want to be fancy?
Yes.
Like moi?
Oh, I want a
That's
mustache.
French. I don't expect you to know what it means, but I have some good news. Before this financial year ends, I have decided to make a charitable deduction.
What?
It's you, champ. For you see, I...
You can have premarital sex.
Whoa! Come on. Premarital sex? I can't even hold hands before marriage. This is a little too much for me.
This virus. I have made several videos, though, which will show you how to bluff your way to the inner circles.
Yay!
Undetected.
Ooh.
Yes. By the time the elites find out,
Neon Genesis Evangelion is psychological and
You know you're in deep when you're watching Evangelion analysis videos, which I have done, which is why I'm allowed to make the joke, okay?
hence
it will be too late. I get you in, you eat all the hors d'oeuvres, and we get out.
I've never had an
That's
hors
the
d'oeuvre.
plan. And let's begin your instruction with theater.
Yeah!
The YouTube premium of upper society.
I do have YouTube Premium. Spit on me. Tell me I'm a loser, and I will say it. YouTube Premium was the greatest investment I ever made since I don't have cable TV. And I like watching videos on my phone. I don't care. I don't care.
And the first section? Symphony. The first period of performance, that's called Baroque, from 1600
I'm
to
Baroque.
1750. This featured Bach and Vivaldi. Now, there was also a
Ugh.
guy named Giuseppe Tartini, and he was the best one of them all. Because
Really?
one evening, he had a dream where the devil showed up and presented him with a deal. The devil
This was not a dream. This is real, isn't it?
would become his teacher and impart on him everything he knew about music.
What?
Yes. Once Tartini had learnt everything he could, he handed over his violin and asked the devil to play.
And is he gonna play it and take me down to Georgia? Yeah!
The devil played the greatest musical piece that Tartini had ever heard. Tartini woke up with a gasp, and he tried to recreate what he had heard in the dream. And what he wrote down was his most famous piece, the best thing he had ever written. And he said, "This is shite compared
He's just a perfectionist. Everybody goes through it.
to the original. This is nothing better than a tribute." And that's where you get the Tenacious D song from.
Whoa! Actually, I don't really know a lot of Tenacious D songs. I should probably look into it. I missed the Tenacious D train. D train does not sound good. And I also missed the Owl train. I didn't really listen to a lot of him either.
He named this piece The Devil's Trill, and he claimed that the difference between his version and the version in the dream was so great that he would have smashed his violin and quit music forever had he not needed it for his job.
Aww.
Classical, 1750 to 1830. Mozart and Beethoven
I know
show up
them.
like da-da-da-da.
I thought he was like a dog. Has anybody seen that movie? I might be too old.
Now, Beethoven was famously known for going deaf. Once that happened, everyone told him that he should just quit music forever. But he just wouldn't hear it.
That's so wrong. Well, that's one way not to listen to the haters. He didn't really have a choice.
Anyway, there's so much I could say about these two. Romantic era. Now that's when everybody started kissing, and it's my
yes!
great piece. Mwah.
Oh my god! Wait, I want to fit in. I want to kiss. Okay, I'm back.
Oh, you played wonderfully too. Mwah. We also enjoyed listening. Mwah. Mwah, 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 mwah. All you need to know about this one is Chopin and Berlioz. Berlioz, however.
Wait, did Chopin? Wait, I thought it was Chopin, like slap chop. It's Chopin? Oh, I'm uncultured and I'm middle class.
Was not getting any kisses. He was relatably, painfully single, living alone in Paris, the city of love. So
brings a
here's
tear
how
to my
it starts.
eye.
He's there and he's in his early 20s, and he is looking for a new GF. So one day, he attends a Shakespearean play.
Whoa!
And on stage, he spots an actress.
She's beautiful. Wow, and she's got a great personality.
And he immediately falls in love with her.
Wow.
He wrote her many notes, confessing his love. But her DMs went unreplied.
No, ghosted!
So he began writing a symphony about her. Ah, how
What?
can he ignore this? And also around this time, he started smoking a lot of opium, but...
He's going through heartbreak, okay? How do you become the type of girl where people be writing symphonies about you? She has to be super special. Maybe she's like really good at Call of Duty or something.
Don't worry about that. Anyway, so he wrote this piece just for her. However, his DM still went unreplied.
How?
For several months, he started to get quite disheartened. Until he saw another girl. So he immediately fell in love with her instead.
What? Wait, he moves on quick.
And he said, you know what? I'm going to change that symphony I wrote, so now it's about this other lady.
Wait till he kept the same symphony and just changed the name? Put him on SoundCloud. He would love that.
And not about that ugly one that I didn't like anyway. This time, happily, she reciprocated, and they fell in love and were set to marry.
Wow.
Suddenly, what the fuck? Phones haven't been invented yet. Yes, hello, I'm busy. Oh, Rome? To study? Absolutely. I'll catch the first flight out. So Berlioz went to Rome to study music.
For 2 years,
However,
apparently.
While he was away, he got some news.
Oh, she's pregnant.
Berlioz. I have to tell you something.
They're gonna have a baby.
Sacre bleu.
What?
Some other, more handsome musician swooped in and married his girl while he was in Rome, and they ran away together.
Oh my god! Wait, he swooped in quick. He apex slided into that shit.
Berlioz was furious.
NTR!
And he set his mind to solving the problem. I know what I'm going to do.
I like when he does the voice like that. He's gonna write Mr. Steal Your Girl. Yeah, that's what he's gonna do.
I'm gonna murder her and her lover and her mom.
Why?
And then I'm gonna do a self-murder.
What?
All right, so this gets pretty elaborate. His idea is to dress up as a housemaid.
Okay, he was doing that for fun. That had nothing to do with anything.
He has bought both poison and 2 guns. Now, he's going to sneak into the house of his ex-fiancée, and there she and her mother will be sipping tea, which he has already poisoned.
Wow.
Then he will pull off the clothing and reveal himself. Blam, blam, sad open. So, he heads back home to Paris to do it. But while on his travels there, takes quite a while, he has to change carriages.
Oh my god, do you ever think about that stuff? I think about that all the time. Like, traveling back in the day must have been so ass. And you can't even play Slay the Spire on your Steam Deck. You just have to sit there for like 40 hours doing nothing. Looking out the window, doing raindrop races. Maybe like doing your hand out, doing the dolphin, Rebecca Black style. Like, it must have been so boring and tedious.
And when he does that, he leaves the guns in one of the little cubbies.
What?
So he's lost all his weapons. What is he going to do now? Well, his next leg on the stop is Genoa, and he decides, you know what? Let's just skip the murder and go straight to the finale.
Wait, so for us to know this, did he have to write this in his diary? Was he like writing it, tears going down, Kaneki style, I'm gonna kill them all, and then he's like, okay, well, never mind, I accidentally left all my stuff in the case, yada, yada, yada. Oh my god, he was like going nuts!
So he stops off in the port city of Genoa, and he's there at the side of the Mediterranean. He pauses for a moment, then he throws himself in. Now, some people see this whole thing happen, and they think he's had an accident, so they run in to try to save him. They pull him to the shore.
David Hasselhoff for
lived.
SpongeBob!
So he has now reached his lowest point.
Oh!
He dejectedly continues home. He gets back to Paris, and he wallows around, feeling pretty sorry for himself.
Yeah.
But he decides, you know what? I may as well do what I do best in times of trouble.
Write music! Ain't no holla
Smoke
back
a
though.
lot of opium.
Oh.
And while I do that, I shall write a symphony.
Okay.
Although I ain't gonna name it after that hoe
Yeah,
who stole
F
my
her.
heart. And so he went back to work. But here's the thing.
Honestly, that's normally what you do. Like, when I was in my super sad boys era, I just worked really hard because when I was working hard, I wasn't thinking about being sad.
It was the greatest piece he had
No,
ever...
not smoke opium! I was not smoking opium! Okay, I see how that looked misleading. No, I was not doing drugs. Honestly, like, I don't think I could because to do drugs, that means you have to know somebody who sells drugs, which means you have to go outside, which means you also have to have social links and have friends. So doing drugs is not an activity for VTubers because nobody goes outside.
ever written. And it premiered to a huge crowd. And you know what? It was a smash hit. #1 on iTunes. But then, and here's a bloody plot twist. Remember the first girl?
Yes.
Well, she attended that concert.
What?
And she realized that Berlioz was a genius. And then
Oh my god, wait, this is the... He was a skater boy, she said see you later boy. In real life.
she wrote a letter to your boy saying how good your bloody symphony was. And sorry about not replying, I just put my phone down and got super busy or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I was taking a shower for 3 months.
By the way, I love you.
What?
And so Berlioz goes, well, I love you too. And a year later, they were married.
What? Oh my god! This How I Met Your Mother episode was so complicated and long.
It's a beautiful moral of the story. See, fellas, don't jump in the Mediterranean. Anyway,
No.
a few years later they got divorced because weirdly he cheated on his wife with the housemaid.
There's no way. I just think people be doing all this back in the day because they're bored. There's nothing else to do except cheat, lie, and do drugs. They don't have Mario 64.
Not that one, a different one. But then he married that housemaid. Hooray. But then when he died later on, for some reason, he gets buried with both of them.
What?
And straight
He got to keep them both? No way. If I was the first girl, ain't no way I'm being married and also or cheated on and then buried with him. My God. He's got a Danny Phantom harem under there.
strange. But moving on to the Impressionist musicians. Now that's Claude de... The what now?
The bussy?
Claude de what? You know what? You better go to ad time. All right, guys, welcome back to the Nord Stream.
Hi.
Today we're playing Assassin's Creed 3.
Oh, never mind. I gotta go.
Come on, chat. Hey, oh, everyone's spamming Nord in the chat.
Nord.
Whoa, a new follower. Hey, welcome to the Dream Team sub.
Here, sorry, my big fat red head is messing with his camera. There you go. Now you can see him in all his glory.
Cream, thank you so much for great to see. Oh, unfollowed. Sorry, guys. The cleaners are here. Sorry, just ignore the mess.
Whoa,
I
yeah, put them
haven't
on the
cleaned up these
camera.
bowls
They're
yet.
cute.
No, it's just tea. It's just tea. I stream for 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
And it's like the algorithm is against me or something.
Oh, we've all gone through this. We've all felt this feeling. This is when the hot tub comes in, huh?
How come everyone is watching Asmon's stream? And
Whoa!
I'm not getting any new followers. I'm playing the games. What more do you want me to do? Just a quick word from the sponsor. NordVPN is the VPN that you can trust.
Honestly, he's got a pretty fast chat.
So go to nordvpn.com/internethistorian for a huge deal on a 2-year plan plus 4 bonus months for free plus a 30-day money-back guarantee. My God.
Yippee!
Today we are gonna be watching.
He needed the fairy lights. That added to the atmosphere. Now he needs what everybody else has, which is either like the vines or the flowers on the wall. It gives like an Olive Garden aesthetic. People start to think they're part of the family, you know.
The new Snow White movie. I love the intro.
There
I love
we
seeing that Disney
go.
logo. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Guys, I'm just gonna get up and get some food. I'll be back. I'll be back in a minute.
Cheer stream! Cheer stream! Oh.
What the f? Who reported my stream? Hello, my Nordlings. Welcome back to the
Hello.
stream.
I
Can
love
we
you.
get
You're
some
my
ends in the
Yoshi.
chat, guys? No, not like
Whoa!
that.
Whoa!
Mods,
Whoa!
mods. Welcome back to the ASMR stream
Ooh.
for NordVPN.
Thank you so much for the ASMR stream.
Today I'm going to be drinking a can of Coke. I say the word Nord.
I'll do it too.
Nord. Thank you for the tier 3 sub.
Whoa!
With NordVPN, I can be outside my house, Jack's Films house.
I'm gonna be honest. I forgot this was an ad.
House, Samito's house, Ordinary Things house. Just like that. Welcome back to the hot tub stream. What do you guys mean? How many hot dogs can I put in my mouth? Why? I'll just... Oh my God, $5,000 donation. Thank you so much. You guys are such good friends.
A long time ago, I did a stream where I basically was going out of town and I got in a lot of trouble for this, but on the screen I wrote changing into sexy bikini and I left that screen on for like 6 hours straight and my viewership kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger because more gooners kept coming to stream and they thought that I was gonna come back in a really tiny bikini. And yeah, that was great. Honestly, not patched, great strat if anybody wants to steal it.
Streaming's not for me. I'd rather go to nordvpn.com/internethistorian to get a huge deal on a 2-year plan plus 4 months for free.
Woo!
And over.
Okay, here, I'm gonna move back to the other side of the screen, everybody. Don't freak out. I'm gonna walk. Hello, 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 hello. Oh, right back to where I was.
Watching Netflix, are you?
I never watch Netflix. There's like nothing on there.
All tucked in with a 3-hour essay on Good Game Good, and here's why.
Fallout New
Yes.
Vegas is actually the only based Bethesda game.
Turn that off.
I do. Here, 1 second. Sorry. I do like watching when people compliment the games that I like because I go, they're based? Based?
I've got something for you much less enjoyable and far more expensive. We're
What?
going to the theater.
Yay!
Theater, from the ancient Greek theatron.
Really?
The most dramatic of the transformers. It means a place for viewing. Here's a Roman
Okay.
theater. They were quite simple back then. You have the stage, the auditorium, and the vomitorium.
When do
Now,
I
for a
get the
very long
tomatoes?
time, people thought that the vomitorium was a place where the Romans would gorge themselves.
Yeah.
Where they would eat so much that they would throw up and then gorge themselves again because they were so decadent and or bulimic. But it comes from the word vomir, which means to spew forth, because that's where people go in and out. So vomitorium is just a dramatic way of saying the entrance. Now, if you skip forward to the
that's cool.
1800s, things are getting a lot more modernized. But they still didn't have electric. So they had what's called the limelight.
Whoa,
And that's why they
wow!
say to be in the limelight, to be the star of the show.
I didn't know
What they would
that.
do is take a piece of quicklime and heat it up super, super hot, which will naturally glow very bright.
Whoa,
then-
it says when heated to, sorry, I just flashbanged you all because I paused on like the flashbang part of the screen, but When heated to 2,400 degrees Celsius, the chlorine reacts with slaked, is that the right word? It sounds like bad. Slaked lime to form sodium hypochlorite and calcium chloride and emits a bright white light.
Take reflective
Wow.
mirrors and lenses to focus the beam, and they would use that as an early form of the spotlight. The limelight is
Is
not
that them
because
looking
it's
at the
green,
eclipse?
but because it's made from quicklime. In the modern day, things are a lot more advanced, and they can do
Wait, then what about lime wire? When does that come into all this?
all sorts of cool shit with like lasers going into your eyeballs and all sorts of stuff. But it's not just the tech that's had an upgrade,
That
it's
looks
the
painful.
architecture as well. In Elizabethan times, they had the yard, and you could get in here for about a penny apiece. And
That's
this is
it?
where all the poor people stood to watch the shows. It's like when you go to Oppenheimer and you end up with the worst seats in the IMAX theater.
Oh my god, front row is so bad. If there's only front row seats left, I won't even go. It's not even worth it. You walk out and you feel like you're 80 years old. Oh, my neck. Oh, my back. Ah. You know people pooped in the yard? They did? Like puppy dogs, they were just pooping in the yard?
Right? But thankfully, in modern times, we have fixed that problem. We kicked out all the poor people and we sunk the floor down low and put in an orchestra.
Orchestra!
Now, these things are usually 6 to 12 feet deep, so they're not obstructing the audience's view. But having a giant hole at the end of a stage is quite dangerous. So usually they put a big net there as well. And yet, a lot of people still get pitted.
Oh my
Like a lot of
god!
people. In 2011, during a production of The Sound of Music, one of the lead actresses fell into the orchestra pit and was left paralyzed from the waist down. In 2009, a conductor, not a superconductor, just a regular one, fell 14 feet into the dark pit and broke 9 vertebrae and 1 ankle.
Oh my
Mamma
god!
mia. And
Yeah,
he
Mamma
fell on
mia!
his pointy conducting thing. At the Bolshoi Theatre, a violinist died from his injuries after falling into the pit. This theatre is prone to all sorts of accidents, by the way. It's kind of cursed.
Oh my god, wait, the pit consumes. Holy crap, I didn't know there were that many accidents to that. There's probably more people who get injured from a pit than like a lightning strike.
But performers and musicians aren't the only ones falling into the pit. In 1988, an 82-year-old man fell from his balcony box
What?
seating all the way down into the pit.
During the intermission, the man was sitting on the balcony rail when an usher requested he not. He tipped over and backwards and fell. Why are you sitting on the rail, sir? Why? The rail is for Thomas the Tank Engine, not for people.
During a performance of Macbeth, he died.
Oh my god!
Very spooky. Even already dead people are getting pitted. In 2016, a man sprinkled his friend's ashes into the orchestra pit at the Met Theatre. This happened during the intermission, and it was a sort of tribute to a mentor of his. But of course, people went, "What the hell are you doing?"
Yeah!
And he goes, "Oh, I don't know," and he flees the scene. Everyone's coughing and sneezing up dead guy, and people think, is this anthrax? What is this? So they call in the anti-terrorism police.
Whoa. Also underneath me, it says that the incident occurred on October 29, 2016. The man responsible, Roger, was seen by several musicians sprinkling a white powdery substance into the pit. The ashes were of his friend Terry Turner, who died of cancer. He was not charged, and he wrote an open letter of apology. Ah, he wrote an
And
apology.
the whole show is cancelled for the rest of the evening.
That is actually crazy, though. I feel like with the Ashes side quests, it's a little difficult. I don't know. Maybe if I ever die, put me in like a sword. That would be awesome. And then maybe I could like haunt the sword. And if you like kill a robber, I would like possess their body.
A quick intermission.
Okay.
Or is it? Ooh, fiddle TD, I am the trap master.
Whoa, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Not like that.
Oh,
Do
not like that
ask me to reveal my secrets, woman.
I
I
won't.
have dedicated my life to the mysteries of the theater. Ah, the theater. She has so many enigmatic traps.
Whoa.
Let us start with the most simple yet devious.
Why is he doing that to the hot
wall
dogs?
trap. It allows the actor to walk directly into the set piece.
Whoa,
Where
that's
did he
real?
go? Nobody knows. Cast your eyes over here to the genie trap. Now the victim stands on this dumbwaiter, and a counterweight launches their hapless body up onto the stage.
Whoa!
In the olden days, this circle of flaps would sometimes go on top, and then that would make the whole thing just one way. Now, back when they made this thing, they didn't have hydraulics. So instead, they'd have like 6 stagehands pulling as fast as they could. And sometimes it would go totally wonky, or it wouldn't open properly.
Uh-oh.
Or
Bash
they'd
your
only get about
head.
halfway through.
Ow!
Well, I guess that's it. There's only 2. Wrong.
Do musicians use those? I'm not musicians, magicians, sorry. Do magicians use those? I always thought that magic was real. Then I looked it up on YouTube. Chat, magic's not real. Santa's not real. The Easter Bunny's not real. I'm sorry I had to tell you.
This is the vampire trap. And if I want to come back up again, this is called the sunroof trap.
Wow!
Watch out for the closing doors on this one. It managed to trap Spider-Man's foot back into production in 2013. Me and the Green Goblin, we collabed on this one. All right, there's one more. The Ghost Glide. What you do is stand on this slidey bit, and it ascends diagonally.
Oh, this one's
which
cool.
makes it look like he's coming out of the ground. But the ladies are there yawning, they're going, ooh, short ghost.
I never understood the height thing. Honestly, the only thing I think you have to do to impress me is be funny. That's it, just be funny.
But then, 5 foot, 5'1",
Oh!
5'2". All the ladies are turning their heads now. 5'3", 5'4", 5'5". All the ladies are loving it. Now, I bet you're wondering, what happens to the actors when they go down these traps? Are they dead and gone forever?
Probably.
Yes, sometimes.
What?
In 1888, Frederick Federici was playing the role of Mephistopheles in Faust at
That's
the
cool.
Princess Theatre in Melbourne. As he descended the trap at the end of the play, goodbye, everybody, goodbye.
Bye, everybody,
He
bye-bye.
had a heart attack
What?
and died.
It was 3rd of March, 1888, opening night. There was a doctor backstage who immediately attended to him, but he couldn't be revived. He was 37. Oh my God.
Never seen again.
It seems like so many people pass away during these plays and in the theater. I feel like every theater you go into is definitely haunted. They need to put Zach Baggins in there and see how many ghosts he can find. This is insane.
So as you can imagine, with this many deaths, the theatre has become a highly haunted place.
I've not pre-watched. I swear, I don't know how this keeps happening. I'm sorry. He's just such a good storyteller that it leads you to that conclusion.
Oh, yeah. In fact, sometimes you can put your ear right up to the wall and you can hear 2 male ghosts wrestling. Can't fake that.
Wow.
Another ghost
Oh my God, do you think the box ghost is up in here wrestling? Ghost soul! Ah, no, 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 no.
hole. Don't look inside. I did once. Almost went blind. That's why I wear the mask.
I don't even want to think about it. Imagine having to explain to everybody that you went blind from a stray hot dog in a bathroom. I would never. I would just make up a lie. I would make up a cool lie, like maybe like an alien lasered my eyeball.
Anyway, because of all the ghosts, the theaters do whatever they can to keep the spirits happy. See this? It's called a ghost light. When everything is closed, it is kept on always. Kept on for the ghosts.
Wow, wait, they really do that? I was going to read the
Everything is
message.
closed, it is kept on always.
Okay, also so that alive people don't fall off the stage and hurt themselves. It's a superstition, but also a useful liability thing. I hope he explains the break a leg thing, because I don't know why people say that. I used to be in theater when I was a kid. Basically, I got into theater class. Then I convinced my theater teacher to let me be the anime club president because you needed a sponsor. That's another thing, yada, 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 whatever, Barry lore, who cares? But I like theater. I think theater's fun. I don't know about all these superstitions, though.
Always. Kept on for the ghosts, so that they don't, bump their shins in the dark or whatever. At the Palace Theatre in London, there has been some ghostly activity.
Oh.
Seems to be a bit of a hotspot for ghostly activities.
Really?
And that's why they always keep 2 empty seats at the back so that the ghosts may sit there and watch the show.
Okay, but only 2 ghosts at a time. If more than 2 ghosts walk in, you're effed. Sorry.
So that's why we traditionally kept a couple of seats off sale for the ghosts. However, Harry Potter is so popular that we sell those seats now.
What? We only care until we're making money. Sorry about that, ghost. You don't really have like a checkbook, right? Yeah, I didn't think so. Bye-bye, bye-bye.
Also, most theatres close for 1 day per week, and on those days, the ghosts are left to perform for each other in their own shows. Which they like. We don't.
I was worried about my own vagina.
What?
Oh, finally, the vagina monologues.
What? I'm not gonna say anything about mine.
You know, I wasn't always part of the elite. In fact, from a very young age, I grew up in an orphanage.
What?
No, my parents weren't dead. Rent in that building was just really cheap. But my parents showed me no affection.
Wow, he's literally, looks exactly the same, right? He didn't age a day.
And as soon as they could, they sent me off to boarding school. But
Wow.
boards were always their passion, not mine. I tried to run away, but they caught me.
What?
And boy, did they throw the book at me. Alas, I did not dodge in time.
He should have leveled
I spent the next
invincibility
few
frames.
years in a coma.
What?
A Native American town, Pueblo, Acoma.
Pueblo,
And the people
Acoma.
there taught me how to read American. They also had a
Wow.
local library.
Look, read American. You got to get rid of the kilometers, the meters, the crap that people don't know. We speak full beat here, brother.
And I spent my days buried in books, learning as much as I could about the art.
Is that ninja?
And once someone
The
noticed
bless?
me buried under those books and they rescued me, I knew I wanted to teach default character presets like themselves. All about Shakespeare.
I talk about that all the time, man. I wish I had a cool accent. I just have like standard American accent. That's not fun. I want to be like British or maybe even just like Western. Western be a little nice. At least I got a little spice in my life. I'm just normal American. That's not very fun.
Editor's note. I started Googling Shakespeare and I got kind of distracted, so
Oh.
I don't know. Here's a WAV file. You can do something with this. Put him in like a classroom or something. All right, attention, everybody. I am your new teacher.
Hi.
You are a bunch of troubled inner city youths. All you know is shoot gun.
This better not be
fail
like the
test,
South Park episode.
And crime. But I'm here to teach you that actually books and reading and stuff are actually pretty epic after all.
Epic puggers.
Now, the earliest known written language is what, Mr. Single Parent Household?
Hieroglyphics, I don't know.
But you're never gonna get through to me.
Wait, it starts with a P. The Phoenicians? Is it something with the Phoenicians? I don't know.
Oh, really? Well, what if I go back in time?
Oh.
Back in time. In the long, long ago, very few could read. But to be
I
fair,
still can't.
most of the written languages were kinda shit. This is cuneiform, the very first written language.
Cuneiform?
And it has far too much punctuation.
Yeah.
Then eventually came
Grammar
along
is
the
like herpes. It always comes back lol.
Oh, well, thank you for your synopsis. I appreciate it.
written language. And it has far too much punctuation.
It looks like, in World of Warcraft when they write like the runes on the swords and stuff. That looks like that.
Then eventually came along the Egyptians, and they
Woo!
invented emojis.
Yeah!
But they would call them hieroglyphs. Anyway, the typical written thing would go like this. Message for you, sir. Big bird, man with stick. Man sitting, circle. Oh, more bills. Eventually that became quite annoying, so the Phoenicians, who were a kind of Lebanese.
That's what I was talking about, the Phoenicians. But also, isn't it weird that it kind of circles back? Now everybody be using emojis and everything. Like, I'm pretty sure my title today on Twitch has like 9 emojis in it. So we all come back to the funny little pictures eventually.
Very progressive, especially for those days. Now, they came up with a better idea. They started going Ah. That sounds a bit like an A.
Ah!
That sounds a bit like a B. Oh. And so on and so on. Until we had a proto-form of the alphabet.
What, in the Resident Evil puzzle?
Now, the Greeks thought and so on. Until we had a...
This one looks like a butt with a leg. Doesn't it? Oh, wrong video, sorry.
A proto is a bit like a B.
Blech.
Oh. And so on and so on. Until we had a proto-form of the alphabet.
Looks cool.
Now, the Greeks thought that was pretty neato, but
Yeah.
they said, let's come up with an even better version with 22 letters, and soon it will be like English.
They copied the Phoenicians' homework.
Oral history. Greeks more like geeks. Got 'em. Oh, yeah? Well, let me tell you about something highly relatable. Of the surviving Greek works, the greatest hits were the Iliad and the Odyssey.
Oh, and the Odyssey, I think, is about to get a new movie next year, and it looks pretty good. I mean, I just saw the trailer when I was watching Superman, but I'm actually pretty excited.
Now, because most people couldn't read, this stuff wasn't written down for a very long time, and instead it was memorized and performed. And when they performed it, they used one of these, a lyre.
Oh,
now,
from
this is great for
Zelda.
conveying tone, right? So here's a soft bit, doo-doo-doo, but then this is a big dramatic bit. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
BFG
Now,
division.
the Iliad starts with this guy, Menelaus, king of Sparta, and he has a wife, Helen, and she is a very fine lady.
Was this the Helen where they sailed the ships and, like, killed people for her? Guys, these women back in the day must have been absolute stunners. This is like the second time a woman has showed up and just, like, made men just go crazy.
And then the Prince of Troy shows up. His name is Paris, and he goes, "Damn, shorty, a wooga." Okay? That's what he'd say, right? And he and his boys abduct her and took her all the way back to his crib in Troy.
Whoa.
Now this makes Menelaus quite miffed.
Hey, hold on there, Buster.
He declares a turf war, but he can't win it alone, so he calls on his
Was that
homies,
Deku?
Odysseus, king of Ithaca, and
Dang!
Achilles, the best drive-by shooter of all time. But Achilles is not in the mood to fight, so the whole of the Iliad is basically spent trying to convince this guy to get involved.
Yeah.
Eventually, they win the turf war by being very sneaky. They make a giant
the big horse.
which is the symbol of Troy, and they leave it at the front gate. That's their way of saying, "Oh, I guess you win. We're walking away
Iliades.
Nuts?
now." And meanwhile, thousands of soldiers go off and hide in some bushes. Now, the Trojans are very suspicious, but they can see that the Greek ships are actually sailing away into the horizon. So they know, oh, it must be real, must be real. We've won the many years war.
Yay! We did it!
But actually, there's almost no one on those ships, and there's a surprise inside the horse.
It's like a Kinder egg. Or did you guys ever have Wonder Balls? They were like balls of chocolate with like little candies in them, and you like crack them open and just explode everywhere. Those were great.
Later that night, when everyone's asleep, boiling hot
Jesus.
tzatziki. And also some soldiers wearing thermal protection. They get out and they open the gates, and then everyone comes out of the bushes, running into the city and kill everybody. After they win the war, Odysseus heads back home to Ithaca. However, on his way, he starts making beef with Poseidon.
Why would you do that? Why would you beef with a god? That is so silly goofball energy.
God of the sea. And Poseidon is mad at the disrespect, so he sends Odysseus on a long-ass detour, and that detour is the story of the Odyssey. Pretty
Yeah.
epic, right, kids?
It is epic.
Whoa, Tish, that's fire. I'm starting to come around. That Odysseus guy is literally me. Yeah, I'm gonna try that horse trick on my ops.
Honestly, this would work if somebody like, I don't know how they do it in schools these days. I haven't been to a school in a long time, okay? I'm big, dumb, stupid, But they used to roll out like the movie cart for us when I was a kid, and they would play Bill Nye, the science guy, or who's that other guy? His name's like something Green. He always had videos shown to us too in class. To be fair, I think if this video was shown to people in class, they would pay attention. They would probably learn something. Like, I feel like I learned a lot watching these videos.
Homer from Homer's Odyssey is not a character in the story. He's the guy who tells the story, and then people wrote it down. Now, moving chronologically to the next big one, you've got the Bible. And for all practical purposes, this was basically an oral tradition too. Most people were illiterate by this point, and the Bible was written.
Okay, it says literacy rates in the 1400s were around 10% for men and 1% for women? Oh my God, the one time I get to be in the 1% and it's for literacy rates? That's not very fair. But it's more complicated because the definition of literate often denoted, see, I can't read, the ability to read and write in Latin. To really learn literacy, one would go to grammar school. Oh my God. But in contemporary sense of literate, where you can sound out most things and get roughly by, up to half the population may have had the skill set according to some sources. When you think about it, it makes sense. Otherwise, why have signs like Ye Olde Tavern if only a few people can read it? True, that is true. But you can also have, like, when I was learning Japanese in Japan, it's kind of funny when you learn a language, you kind of just like start pattern recognizing, or like you go, oh, well, you know what? I don't know how to read that silly shape, but I know that silly shape means banyo. So I'm gonna go poop in there.
Written in Latin, and pretty much only the clergy knew Latin, so they would be the one to recite it to people.
It says that the cute lady at the front should go on a date with me, please. Listen, the rules are the rules. I didn't say it the book.
There was a translated version into English, the Wycliffe's Bible.
Oh.
And you better believe that thing was a threat to the order. So they made that illegal to own.
Really?
And if you were found with an unlicensed copy, the punishment would be death.
Oh my God, Adobe is about to start doing this. If you guys ever yar hard for Photoshop, I'd be looking around your shoulder.
So it remained. The Bible was read to the people. Now, by the 1300s came Chaucer, who wrote the Canterbury Tales, and that was a pretty big deal.
Get this book.
Because it's one of the first significant works written in Middle English.
Oh.
It describes a bunch of people making a pilgrimage from Southwark.
Wait a second.
Middle English. It describes.
You see his funny hat? Why does that not have macaroni in it? This is not accurate.
A bunch of people making a pilgrimage from Southwark to Canterbury.
Oh.
Here to here, which was the longest journey anyone had ever made in the 1300s. And now it's a whole
This is
series
not
of
true.
stories, and most of them can be boiled down to, how come if everyone is on a pilgrimage, you're all so focused on material stuff?
Yeah!
Hypocrites much? Dong. It's now the 1600s, and they've updated all the textbooks from Middle English to regular.
Wow.
In 1601, King James I said, all right, you know what? Let's everyone have a copy of the Bible they can read. Let's do a King James Bible. I won't feature
Uh-oh. Is this gonna be bad or good? For goodness sake.
in it, but I'd love to be in the title.
Oh.
And he commissioned a committee of scholars to rewrite the thing in English.
Whoa.
God's language.
Wait, did he spell English wrong?
To rewrite the thing in English. God's language. It took 8 years. And that brings us to Shakespeare.
8
And he's a
years.
huge deal.
I forgot we were talking about Shakespeare. Oh my God, here the bell rang, but you know what? The bell doesn't dismiss you. I do. So sit back down.
Look, we're out of time. But sir, we're supposed to do penis inspection day.
How is this the third time I've heard penis inspection day this week watching videos? And I'll say it again. I really thought penis inspection day was real. I always ask, is it real? And then everybody in chat goes, yes, it's real. Yes, it's real. But the way you say that it's real, I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
No, there's no time. Roll the end card. The end.
The end.
All right, that's the lesson. You watched the whole video. Or at least, you had it on in the background while you scrolled your phone.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I
walking.
couldn't be prouder of you. There's just one more quick thing I want to tell you about. Theater props. For example, this gun.
What?
Now, the thing... Oh, look who it is.
Don't listen to any of the explanations Mr.
I know what you're thinking, but it's just an actor. We all know that the real Lincoln is dead. You know, when he fell asleep on the tracks of the Underground Railroad. Anyway.
I always see online, most of the time this is like a US take. People will be like, in school, I thought the Underground Railroad was a real railroad.
This thing is super realistic. Although the trigger is a little loose.
Oh.
Ruh-roh.
Wait, was that right next to my head?
Oh. Ruh-roh. Trigger is a little loose.
I always get killed by him.
Ruh-roh.
I think I've been murdered by him at least 3 times.
Oh, I can't believe you did that. But I won't tell anyone. And, in fact, good news. I'm gonna make you my little protege. And I will be your proto-jo. And I got so many more lessons to teach.
Okay.
Still here, huh? Yes,
Yeah.
just a little cleaning. More good news. Next
Okay.
video is almost done. It'll be on incognito mode, and it's about the art.
Oh.
And the next main channel video is also nearly done. That'll be
Fancy
out shortly after. If
too.
you're looking for more content in the meanwhile, we have another channel called Story Mode. The Metal Gear
Whoa,
Solid
I
and
didn't know that.
Forspoken videos are especially good.
Oh my god, wait, he talked about Metal Gear Solid? No way!
Don't forget NordVPN. Thank you for watching. More soon.
Well, that was a really good video. I like the Fancy series. I think the Fancy series is fun. I want to do more. Hopefully I did them in order. I think I'm only missing like the arts one now. I'm not sure, but thank you guys so much for watching. I super appreciate you. I hope you have a great evening. And if you got this far into the react, tell me your favorite Sody Pop. I would appreciate it. Come by the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/BerryCrepe, chat in the chat, or use my code on GamerSups for 10% off code Berry. Bye-bye. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Mwah, 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 mwah.